Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic and host of Bachelorette Recap, a guy's review. Happy Friday morning. Got some Bachelor news here. We are talking Kaitlyn Bristowe in the entitlement by some in Bachelor Nation to question her appearance, question her relationship, and kind of where we stand in society when it comes to acknowledging haters versus letting them be part of their own universe and moving on. And, you know, it's an important discussion to have as we sort of still continue to learn how to navigate this instant communication that we all have together. Do me a favor and instantly hit that like button and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. I appreciate all of your support. And for all the fans out there, if you want bonus content, you can go to patreon.com/Dave Neal. I just released an episode yesterday called Why Cancellation Isn't Activism. And, you know, I break down people like Taylor Nolan and Reality Steve and some others within the Bachelor community and talk about why discourse is still very important versus just deciding not to listen to people. It's kind of like if someone's guilty of something, let's hear their explanation. Let's hear them talk their way out of it. But again, I respect everyone who wants to vote with their dollar and their time, and you can decide what you want to do with yours. But I think with that conversation, as tricky as it is, it's important that we continue to learn and grow and use others' examples as a way to do that and not just write people off because of mistakes they've made. All right, folks, let's get right into it. So I'm going to tell you the backstory here with Kaitlyn Bristowe. She's been around the Bachelor block for a long time now, and somebody, you know, and I'm sure this happens all the time. I'm sure she'll respond to haters, and then months later she'll get a new person coming along, and then new haters. It's almost like an insatiable thirst to kind of like just stomp. You ever play that game at the arcade with the groundhogs would come up and you gotta whack them? You just whack a mole, whatever, groundhogs, moles, whatever they are. Listen, it's never ending. So at some point, you know, at what point is it for your own mental health? Is it a better decision just not to, to ignore it or block it or whatever the case may be? So a random user on Twitter says, can anyone tell me what's different about Kaitlyn Bristowe's look? I can't put my finger on it. #Bachelorette. And that's not even the most hateful comment, but it's still kind of like, really? Is this what we're doing? She said, 6 years since I was on the show. Brow lift, brow microblading, got my teeth bonded, some filler in my lips, aging, darker hair, and I finally learned how to contour. Oh, and I put on some weight. There it is, folks. It's like, you know what I mean? She's a human. She's done work. She's gotten work done. She's changed. She's aged. You know, this is part of life. I don't know what it is, but when somebody's in a position of power with, Kaitlyn Bristowe, with respect to Kaitlyn Bristowe, it's almost like people want to knock her down, like think, oh, she didn't get to where she is because of the work she's had done, or I'm better than her because I haven't had the work done that she's had done. And it's like, look, we're all equal, we're all different, and we all make different decisions in life, and she has the power over her body to decide what she wants to do. If that's microblading on her brow line, so be it. Lip fillers, go for it. Now, of course, I, like most people, want to promote everyone feeling love and joy and all that, feel whatever you want to feel on the inside and know that, like, that's the most important thing. But, we can't separate whether or not Kaitlyn has had work done because of previous criticisms she's had from people. And that's just kind of what happens when you're in the spotlight and you're looking yourself in the mirror. This is what happens. Another article here that happened this week with Kaitlyn was, let me get this pop-up out of here. She was asked if she had her wedding ring on. This is another thing I'm guilty of reporting on it myself, that Tayshia and Zach had. 2 pop-ups in a row? Cool, that's a lot of fun. I have a pop-up blocker, guys, okay? They're just circumventing the system here. So it says, Kaitlyn Bristowe claps back after commenter accuses her of not wearing her engagement ring. And she literally, in the story, was like, I got it on, you idiot. But by even showing people that she has it on, she gives the audience control. You know what I mean? So what happened with Tayshia and Zach, as we saw, was that Tayshia's like, I'm just done reporting on it. They already did the thing where Zach unfollowed my podcast. Zach's mom unfollowed my podcast. There's always going to be someone being like, is the relationship over yet? It's over when they tell us it's over, okay? Some relationships work, some don't. I understand. I see my analytics. I know a story peaks when there's people dumping each other on Instagram story, signing it, Dale Moss. I'm totally aware of how in the weeds we are with all their storylines. And it's kind of like, it's like watching a TV show, but then we have the, on the off days, we just check our Instagram for clues. I get it. It's toxic, okay? It's toxic. They always say, like, you don't criticize others unless your room's clean. So which of us out there have all of our life together that we can criticize Kaitlyn on her look and whether or not she has a ring on? So I personally would encourage Kaitlyn and people in Bachelor Nation to give audience 0. But I understand. Here's what happens. They start messaging your family members. They start messaging other people. And people go, hey, Mom, I'm getting these phone calls of people wondering if there's a problem with your relationship. It's like, can you imagine? I mean, really put yourself in their shoes. Could you imagine what they have to go through? And people say, wow, they asked for it. They signed up for the show. Oh, that's really enlightened. Well, they asked for it. They asked for this daily, hourly criticism. And, sometimes they have a bad day. But I still think that the best decision here is to not clap back. Let's hear what Tayshia says on the Clickbait podcast regarding Kaitlyn putting people in their place.
The second Bachelor Nation breakdown we have is Kaitlyn Bristowe. Yes. Calling out those haters, specifically about her appearance.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think it's great, and it's about time that some of these people get put in their place. Like you're always told, just ignore it. You're above that. Like, don't give these people attention, blah, blah, blah. But there's like a certain point where you're just like, okay, stop. Like, I'm human too. Enough is enough. Like, what makes you feel like you can talk to me the way that you're talking to me? Does it make you feel better to tweet that, to say that, to send that?
So I'll say this. My fiance gets so angry when she drives. Every slow person in the left lane, she gets all upset. She thinks if she solves one person at a time, she'll fix the traffic problem. It's the same way with this. You might shame one person, maybe 50 people will be like, oh, shoot, let's not do that. It's an insatiable amount of audience. You need to find a way, whether it's some technology or have an assistant who goes through your DMs, you need to find a way to provide your own zen if you're in this celebrity world where you don't have to deal with the things, because these people don't exist in your real life, okay? They don't exist in your real life.
Fingers.
Like, it's just, oh my God.
I love how people are always like, oh, it comes with a role. Like, what? So all of a sudden I'm not human? I don't have feelings?
Point.
No. It's very interesting because I think all of us has experienced that to one extent or another, negativity with being on the show and people always giving their opinions. But when it comes to your physical appearance, it's none of your business, guys. I feel like if she feels good in her skin, if this is what she wants to do, I think she looks beautiful. People to say the crazy things that they're saying, it's insane to me. And I kudos to her for clapping back because, sometimes people think that not saying anything is the best thing. And it's like, no, like I am still a human being. And I love one of the fans tweeted, like, don't forget you won Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
You're happily engaged. You have multiple businesses, successful ones. And, it's like, why we just live in this society where people just feel like you're not human. Like if they can diss you on the internet, it's like, it doesn't really matter.
My mindset, I'm the optimist, right? I try to be an optimist a lot of times. When I see stuff like that, when it happens to me individually, I get happy. That means I'm on the right track. That means I'm making my haters mad, baby. Yeah. I'm making my haters eat, baby. I'm still getting mine.
What does it say?
Keep going up.
Mindset.
Wait, what is that saying? You don't have haters.
Yeah.
You don't have any haters. You're not doing something right. Wrong. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so
love me or hate me, it's still an obsession. That's all I have to say.
Exactly.
That always has been a motto for a very long time. So Kaitlyn, keep doing you. But all of us, all of y'all that are out there, if you do have haters, whatever, it's showing their insecurity way more than it's saying anything about you.
It definitely is. And, I dated a woman who had some plastic surgery and or lip fillers. I don't know the difference in the term, so my apologies. And I was curious about...
I'll tell you the difference. And again, I might be mansplaining here. I've never had work done, but I believe lip fillers and Botox, those are injections. That's not surgery. When a knife is involved, let me know. Leave a comment. Let me know if I'm wrong. When a knife is involved, that's plastic surgery. So if you're getting the old Chris Harrison, facelift where they, if you're getting the whole thing, that's plastic surgery versus lip fillers. Get that glabella. What's it called? Glabella? Is that what this is? I got a good one right there. Boy, they could do wonders. Imagine if I got that, I would be a whole nother guy. But I'm okay with my, I'm okay feeling 36. Look, I am fortunate enough and privileged enough to not have to worry about my gender being under the microscope for every single look, and brow lines and crow's feet and this and that. That's where I'm fortunate enough. I don't know how I would react if I was on some biological clock where the whole society is looking at me going like, "Oh, Dave, you got some grays coming in. What are you going to do about that?" What am I going to do with that? You know what I mean? And versus people go, "Oh, you got some grays coming in. You're going to turn into a silver fox." You know what I mean? The women don't have a term for silver fox. Like, foxes are cool. They're sly. They're foxy. Silver fox, that sounds kind of cool. I don't know what the female version of that is. But anyway, we need to get into that society. We need to get there where we appreciate each other's aging. You know what I mean? That means you've lived life a little bit.
Kim Kardashian, right? Because and the reason I was curious was because I wanted to know her following. She has more women followers than men followers, yet women talk so much shit about her. Right?
About this girl that you were dating?
No, Kim K, Kaitlyn, this girl I was dating, all women that have got a lip injection something, right? I don't see men talking as much shit.
Interesting.
I just really don't. And I guess I'm the male on this podcast today. I hear more women talking shit about women than I do men talking shit about women when it comes to an enhancement that they've done.
Well. What do we have here, Mike Johnson? Are we making this a gender battle? Oh, okay. I will have a sip of coffee and not inject my opinion. Okay, no, but I will actually. So look at it this way. It'd be like this. Women obviously compete with other women for the attention of men, right? So men, okay, boy, I already feel like I'm getting in trouble here. Hold on, folks, roll up your sleeves. Men, it'd be like this. If I'm on a baseball team, right? Or like I'm at a baseball tryout. All right, because life is a tryout. Life is a tryout. So I'm in a tryout, right? I'm pitching or whatever. I'm throwing 86 miles an hour. This guy's coming in throwing 91 miles an hour, but he's juiced. He's got testosterone and creatine, and he got anabolic steroids, and he's throwing 91, 94 miles an hour. And I go, wait a second, that's not fair. Now, that's like if a woman walks by looking good and fresh and everything, and then another woman walks by who might have had her breasts augmented. The one woman goes, that's not fair. She's got an advantage. She's got she's throwing a 94 mile an hour fastball, but it's not natural, just like the guy. So again, this is a stupid analogy, but maybe it makes sense. It's the analogy of like, we're all kind of competing with each other for clout, for online love, for in-person love, for attention. And in the end, it's all kind of like genetic. We're all trying to, prolong the species here. So in the end, it's like, who's more hot? Who's more viable as a spouse who can birth a child? You know what I mean? And so like with men, a lot of what women find attractive in men is like, how is he going to help? What's his longevity going to be? And by the way, please give me the benefit of the doubt for trying to explain this from someone who isn't an expert. You know what I mean? This is where I talk about discourse being more important. Give me the benefit of the doubt here. But like women are attracted to all different things. But look at Katie Thurston, right? She's not going after the strongest guys. She likes Connor. He's a musician. Interesting. She likes other guys that they're funny, humor, creativity. There are different things that women are attracted to. Not saying it doesn't happen in reverse, where men are obviously attracted to women's humor and their creativity and all that. There's nothing sexier than someone who's, owns their own business and creates their own lifestyle and does all these things. Kaitlyn Bristowe is sexy for a million reasons, okay? A million reasons. Her humor absolutely being one of them. Everyone's got different priorities about what they're attracted to. So when I talk about like energy and power, I talk about like, well, there's looks, there's attraction, which is physical attraction. There's that aura, that intuition. Women sometimes will call it BDE, big dick energy. That's the funny word from a couple years ago. BDE was a big one. Like, I don't know what it is about that guy, but he's got something going on. And there was this term BDE that came out, and it was like, and it's super. It doesn't make any sense. What is it? What is BDE? You know what I mean? Is it someone who's a power recapper? No, I don't know what it is. But the point is that people are attracted to different things. And when you look at the competitiveness of it all, getting attention over somebody else, so that you can be viable, so that you can be the somebody that will be chosen, in the sea of people, then you get into what can I do to make? And again, we're looking like there's so many aspects to what makes somebody feel good on the inside. So it's like, yeah, I'm totally in support if someone wants to get lip filler because as they aged, they lost some volume in their lips, or somebody who wants to get breast augmentation because they grew up and one was a little bit bigger than the other, or they just didn't feel like it worked with their body. Absolutely. It's not very different than a guy being like, I want to do more shoulder workouts because I feel like I don't have a big enough frame. So I want to change. Now, you don't want to be at the gym staring at yourself with body dysmorphia, being like, I can improve things, when everyone else goes, no, you look perfectly fine, you're good. So the healthy side of things versus the body dysmorphia side of things. It looks like I'm just grabbing, just look like a plastic surgeon. The idea is, how can we find our own happiness, but also take away other people's judgment, because other people's judgment should not matter at all about our own happiness. But to Mike's point here, or leave a comment if you don't agree with Mike, because now I'm placing it on him because he started it, not me. I'm just responding to you, Mike. Mike's point being, it seems like women are the ones that slut shame each other, or will plastic surgery shame each other to an extent where it almost would make sense. Not to say men don't do that, but it almost would make sense because they're the ones competing with each other for the attention of men, of course, in a heterosexual society. That's what we're talking about. Like heterosexually, when you get into non-heterosexual relationships, that would completely change the very easy way of talking about gender, male versus women. Did that make any sense? Am I in trouble? I don't think so. I think that did. I think there was something in there. Okay. All right. We're going to keep it. Let's keep going.
Why do y'all feel that is? Or do y'all not feel that that's the way?
I feel like people try to knock other people down just to kind of put themselves on like a level playing field.
That's
like,
what I said.
She got her lips done, but like that shit's fake. And now she's just fake. Like just trying to belittle her, belittle
yes.
the person.
Yes.
Because it in some way levels like the playing field between y'all.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that guy's only got money because his dad gave him a loan. Oh yeah, that guy's, he made it because so and so did so. Yeah. It's belittling. It's knocking down, which is why we love to build someone up and then tear them apart. That's why we love the tea on somebody. That's why we love to be like, oh, you think you're so hot and ready? How about that? Hot and ready. Clearly, I want a Little Caesars pizza. Oh, you think you're so hot and ready for $6 with extra pepperoni? I splurged for the extra pepperoni because I'm balling. I'm actually on a diet. I've lost 10 pounds and I would crave a pizza right now, but I'm not going to do it. We're going on vacation. I need to look good in a 5-inch inseam bathing suit. Why are shorts in? I can't afford it. I can't do shorts. All right. So yeah, it's all about knocking people down. And when you realize the structure of what's actually happening, maybe you won't feel as bad about it when you go, like Mike says, I'm in a position where I've got wealth. I'm in a position where I've got businesses and a lot going on. No wonder people want to be in my position.
Really no, but typically you are following them because there's something that appeals you to them. You think that she is pretty, but you just want to bring her back down, in case she's a little too high, or she's being very successful or whatever it is. I don't know why women tear each other down. I really don't.
Yeah.
It's so much more rewarding and such a happier world when we just are lifting each other up and
lift each other up. That's all we
making it. Like, how good does it feel, baby? Like when you're walking down the street and some girl goes like, oh my God, your hair is so pretty. Or like, you look so good today. You're just like,
yeah, man compliments you and you're just like, no thanks. A girl compliments and you're like, oh my gosh, yeah.
Yes. I swear.
I got my nails done with Kiara.
Totally. Like a guy is like, whatever, I don't need you. But like a compliment from another woman feels so good.
All right. Well, and now don't get me wrong. Compliments across the board are great. But I do understand, like, I love when I get a sincere compliment from a guy. I do. And but I also love when I get a sincere compliment from a woman too. Like I'm not, my love language is affirmations. I'll take whatever I can get. You know what I mean? But it's an interesting conversation about why people tear others down. And the answer is simple. It's insecurity. It's not thinking that no one who's got their life together is going online tearing others down. They're too busy. They're too busy. Like they've got enough going on in their own pursuits that they're not judging others. That is a fact. Let me know what you guys think. So if you're gonna leave any negative comments, that's what it says about you. No, but I do appreciate discourse. I do appreciate your opinions maybe being different. Now, of course, men will tear women down, and that's coming from a place of control, I think, more. Whereas men like my mom my father was sort of mentally abusive in the way that he would judge my mom's looks, because he was operating from a place of insecurity and a place of fear that she would leave him. So it's his own abandonment issues that he would like kind of restrict her. And I think we see that in different ways with men and women. So it's different. I feel like women will, on average, tear each other down on a competitive level to level that playing field, as I mentioned, whereas men will do things more so for control. And that's what they say with a lot of sexual assault and other issues, that it's more about control and power than it is about maybe something else. I would love for you guys to hear your comments on all of this. It's an interesting conversation to have, and I'm glad they're willing to have it. And I'm glad you guys are letting me join in on that, because it's better spoken about than just saying, oh, we don't talk about gender. Whenever we talk about gender, we were going to cancel somebody. No. Let's actually hear it out. Let's have people have that conversation. And they did it with a lot of fun. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. The Patreon episode is live, patreon.com/Dave Neal. And also my fiance's page, Tasha Courtney, has a new video out today. It's a nice long one where she takes all of the Bachelorette wardrobe from the first 3 episodes, and she found a bunch of affordable options. So we went over price comparing. It's like, if you liked this denim jacket, you're going to like this one. You can find at Revolve or wherever else it may be. Her channel in 3 days got to 1,000 subscribers, which blows my mind, guys. Blows my mind that you guys got her channel to 1,000 subscribers. It'll be monetized very soon, probably in the next few weeks, as she reaches 4,000 watch hours. So thank you guys so much for all of that support. You support me by supporting her, and vice versa. Her and I are a team, and we're doing things out here. And for you guys to believe in her means the world to me. So thank you guys so much for that. And thank you for all the kind comments. We have a ton of stuff coming up in the near future, a ton of stuff. So I can't wait to share it all with you. If you can't afford the Patreon page, if you can't afford the membership community, you can listen to that episode on the SAP, my podcast. It's called the SAP, sexactuallypodcast.com. You can go listen anywhere you download podcasts. It is available for free over there. Have a good weekend, everybody. A little more content coming your way, but in the meantime, I'll see you guys out there. Take care. Have fun. Have a beer for me. Bye now. Have a pizza for me, too.